I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Can I
Oh,
say
we're starting. We're
following?
starting. We're starting. We're starting. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm already messing this up. This is so bad. All right, what's up, guys? To everyone who is hanging out, which is all of Fish's offline raiders. My name is Ray. I am part of Triton Gaming. If you guys are new here, we are an org at UCSD that deals with gaming and streaming and all things like that. And we're doing a little streamer panel today. So with me today, I've got three good friends of mine. We got Fish, Bro You Whack, aka Zach, and Tiff, aka Tiffay on Twitch. And we're gonna just be hanging out. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask them, or like any advice, like anything like that, feel free to pop it in chat. We're gonna get the mods and send them over to me. And yeah, so I guess what we'll start off with is a little introduction. So Fish, why don't you kick us off? Tell us about yourself, man.
Okay, well, funny thing is, in a couple days, it is going to be my 10-year anniversary of when I uploaded my first YouTube video. So I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years now. And then I guess I started off with Minecraft, moved into Team Fortress 2, then I moved into Overwatch. Now I'm trying to like expand into doing like variety content and all that. And I guess with streaming wise, I only got serious about streaming in August of 2020. So I'm still kind of getting used to that today, as it hasn't even been over a year. But for the most part, a majority of my content is just a bunch of random funny moments with my friends and I. And that's what I do.
He's a little memer.
He's a little memer. He's a little memer.
Yeah.
Tiff, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Tiffany. I'm a full-time content creator. I stream mostly on Twitch. I do upload on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, but most of my content right now is based off of Valorant. I've streamed a lot of games in the past before, like any FPS game. I've probably played it and I've probably streamed it. But so far right now, I'm just Valorant based.
Big gun energy. She's got that big gun energy. All right. Last but not least, Zach, bro, you whack. I'm gonna be calling him Zach. That's sorry if that's confusing.
Yeah, so Zach is my real name, but a lot of people that don't know me, my name is Braywhack that I go by online. So I'm actually a year younger as terms of YouTube and Salty Fish. I've been doing YouTube for 9 years. I started in 2012, and I started off by doing a lot of Call of Duty and Minecraft commentaries. That was like a big thing back then, and then it just slowly shifted into more variety, like Grand Theft Auto or Destiny. It wasn't until 2016 when I started to play Overwatch for the first time, and that's when I got my first big break and got into content creation. And then I went full time onto content creation in 2019. And I just recently started streaming, like actually taking streaming serious in about mid 2020. I've been streaming ever since 2017, but YouTube is kind of like my bread and butter. And just like Salty, I do a lot of like meme videos, but news videos, commentary, just everything under the umbrella of Overwatch, and mainly just Overwatch.
We love to see it. We've got our local memers out here.
Yeah.
Our local Overwatch boys.
You got two little jokes here, so I don't know how well this is gonna go, but
it's gonna go great. It's gonna go great. You just gotta be a little guys charismatic. You got it. So the first question I want to ask is a bit generic. Anyone can hop in here, but like, what's the most exciting thing to you guys about being a streamer? And what are like the best and like worst parts of being a streamer? I guess your job.
If no one wants to answer first, I can go in because I knew right away. I think the best part about being a content creator is just being able to be part of many people's lives, like as terms of the audience. I know growing up for me, I watched a lot of Call of Duty channels, a lot of Minecraft channels, and they were just kind of like my, in a sad sort of way, my own little family when I was just off in my room just by myself. And now I get to kind of be that mentor or entertainer for a lot of younger people that watch me.
That's so wholesome. What the heck? That's actually so wholesome.
And that's why I feel bad when I act immature. Sometimes, like, oh, there are little kids watching. I gotta be a little bit more mature.
No. It's not good. You're inspiring them. You know, all the little Zachs out there. You're inspiring them. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you guys, Fish, Tiff, do you guys have anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I have.
Probably. Oh yeah, go ahead first.
Okay, yeah. I think, yeah, the best thing about streaming is being able to make your own schedule, and just setting your own times. And I guess that's kind of like a double-edged sword, because at the same time, if you get too comfortable, that can be a bit overwhelming, and you might like kind of start to slip off, and you're giving yourself too much free time, or maybe you're putting in too much time to the point that it kind of like stresses you out. And then at the end of the day, it's just like this whole thing that you did for fun or started out like fun wise just isn't that anymore, because you just put too much time into it. So I'd say a lot of it has to do with like balancing out work.
No, yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Well, at least, you know, I get that. I feel like it's really easy to like get burned out sometimes, or like, you know, just over stress yourself because like you're right, self-employed or whatever. But I think you guys all do like a really great job at like balancing like, you know, your social lives as well as like being entertaining and like charismatic and like your work, right? Yeah. But yeah, Tiff, did you want to say something?
Oh, I was going to say probably the most exciting thing for me is probably Twitch chat. You won't see Twitch chat like the antics and the kind of memes that you see on Twitch, that on YouTube, or I don't even know what other platforms there are.
TikTok,
Facebook,
Instagram.
Yeah,
Facebook, gaming or whatever. But Twitch chat is what makes Twitch streaming so fun for any streamer, I think. Like the meme style, and it's also like a double-edged sword because there's a lot of trolls on Twitch.
Right.
But it's both the most fun and the worst part about Twitch, in my opinion.
I agree. No, I love Twitch chat. It's always so fun seeing people send like YP pose or whatever in chat. Like I love that. It's so fun.
The white people ones.
The white people. So yeah, I know that all of you guys have started, content creating, and it's been like a while for you guys. But I just wanted to know, like, what made all of you guys decide to pursue streaming? Whether it went from like YouTube to streaming, or I guess I should just say like content creating in general. Like, what like inspired you guys? How did you get into the industry? When did you decide, like, yeah, this is it for me? I want to be a full-time streamer, YouTuber, a gamer. Like, this is it.
Salty, you wanna go-
Depression.
Oh fuck.
Oh, just going
Honestly-
deep into it.
Yeah. I think I was like depressed back then when I used to play games by myself.
Mhm.
I was like splitting up from my college friends. We were like falling apart, and I decided to pick up gaming for the first time. And a few of my online friends were like, "Oh, well, since you play the game so much, why don't you try streaming for the first time?" And that's how I got into streaming. But yeah.
I think a little bit of what Tiff said kind of bounces off of my answer. Just wanted to showcase what I really enjoy with my friends or when we're playing games. But I think the biggest reason was that like I enjoyed so much of who I was watching originally, and a lot of people that I watched on YouTube changed my life. So in a way, I wanted to try to do that for other people. I want to try to I always say I just want to distract someone for 5 to 10 minutes away from the real world, whether that's with like a video or a stream or whatever it could be, just because, well, that's what helped get me through like middle school and high school. And that's what got me into just wanting to be a content creator, was to try to be there for other people.
Dude, Zach is just so wholesome. with
Stop.
that.
No, I feel
He's like, I'm doing it for the people.
well, it's a little bit true, but also like
I believe you. I believe you. It's just,
I also
it's
just enjoy
awesome.
playing video games too. Like ever since I was 5 years
No,
old,
for
I just
sure, yeah.
always like. I mean, you see the background of all the various games that I like, so it's like I've been a real gamer girl ever since day one.
He's got the diva chair and everything.
I
yeah.
do. Yeah, I do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Fish.
No,
What were
you're
you gonna
good.
say?
No, I mean, my answer is pretty simple. It was just when I was like 12 or 13, I saw people recording Minecraft. And I was like going through caves, and it was like, first of all, they're playing with a group. I didn't understand how to play like multiplayer Minecraft. That's sick. Then they're recording, putting it to like videos, and then there's people like commenting. I think that's another thing that's cool about this, is that you can choose to be yourself with some restrictions.
Yeah.
And then if people like you, they'll subscribe. So if you can build a big following, then it kind of builds your ego a little bit at the end.
Oh
of
my
it.
god.
Hey, he's not wrong on that.
Cool.
It
Like-
feels good.
See, Zach is like, I do it for the people. Fish is like, I do it for my ego.
Yeah.
We all
Totally
got an ego.
opposite.
It just depends on how much it's inflated, but
No, for sure. We're just all out here with God complexes on the DL, I
Oh, yeah.
guess. Like,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that is so funny. Now I get that. Wait, so did you start off with Minecraft then, Fish, or were you always Overwatch? Like, what did you start
No,
off?
well, Overwatch only came out in 2016. I mean,
Right.
I was a 13-year-old. I only had this really bad MacBook laptop that would overheat so easily with a trackpad. Probably recording it like, I'm not even over exaggerating, like 1 frame for every
Oh my
2 or 3
God.
seconds.
And you would
was
upload that?
bad.
You looked at that and you were like, yeah, this
And
is
I
it.
was
I'm
like,
putting this on
this is
YouTube.
gonna be my big break.
this should blow up.
Yo, that's actually hilarious. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of blowing up, I want to know, I kind of know for Fish what it was, but what video or like thing like for you guys were like did pushed you over the edge of like, this is like people are starting to follow me, like I'm getting views all of a sudden. Like obviously I'm sure it's like a upward drip, but there must have been one video
I
or
know
one
Fishes.
thing or game or whatever that like really like threw you over the edge. And I'm just curious what that was for you guys.
I know Fishes, so I'll let him.
I also know
answer.
Fishes.
Everyone knows Fishes, but go on. You could go, Fish. Explain it.
Okay. So when Overwatch came out, I uploaded a video, and to this day, I still have no idea how it happened, but it was literally just me playing Overwatch, trying to get an achievement for a character. And at the time, the achievement was somewhat more difficult to get, but I've never been exactly known for being the best at video games. Like I could pop off every now and then, don't get me wrong, but I've never been known for like the pro gameplay at the end of the day. And I guess people really enjoyed seeing me suffer for like 10 to 14 minutes of
That's
just
so
trying to
funny.
get the achievement, and then it ended up getting like millions of views, and then I kept uploading Overwatch, and then bam, like my channel became a lot bigger because of that.
And that's funny because before I got into Overwatch, I actually saw Salty Fish's Lucio video, the Floor is Lava video, and that's what got me into Overwatch content creation, or at least into funny moments. But for Salty, I feel like it was like a hard peak. Like he blew up when Overwatch blew up. For me, it was just a very, very, very slow rise, just over time, with like consistent news videos or funny videos or gold gun videos or loot box videos. There wasn't really one that just like spiked up with millions of views. I would say like my top 5 Overwatch series, where I look at the top 5 worst ultimates or top 5 worst gold guns, something that brings emotion out of somebody, really engages the video better, or brings engagement.
They just like seeing you guys rage.
A little
like
bit,
all
yeah.
of you guys. like I feel like
emotion.
people love that.
but one good thing about YouTube is that you can put something out there, and it could be in one day or 1 year where it could just set you over the edge. But I feel like for Tiff, she has to at least put in some good work when it comes to streaming because of the accessibility. I'll let her explain, I'm sure, how she blew up.
Well, I mean, it's more like I cross post onto different platforms. People don't realize what cross posting does for you. You shouldn't, just because you're a YouTuber doesn't mean you should only upload on YouTube. You should be like spreading out your content on different platforms. That helps a lot.
That's literally how I found you. Like the way that me and Tiff met was that I literally, you were on my For You page like all the fucking time. And I was like, she is so cute. I'm going to DM her on Instagram and maybe she'll let me play with her if I'm lucky. And then she carried me in Valor in Apex. It was great. I died so many times. Dude, that was so bad, actually. Oh man, I'm so bad at Apex. That's actually so bad. But yeah, no, I know that, I feel like Tiff is a little bit of the odd man out here because you play Val and these two, losers.
I can play
I
Valorant.
love Valorant.
Hey, you know what, actually.
Valorant. Are you kidding me?
Zach dropped his first 30 bomb on stage the other day.
It was 26, but yeah.
26, close.
Sage is
I've
my
dropped
favorite.
hella 30 bombs in my day.
Fish, TBT to the one time I watched you play Valorant and you got like 2 kills and Too Bold was just carrying you, bro.
Okay, we've definitely.
You've done a lot better. No. I know. No. It was the one time I was watching your stream and I was like,
Okay.
And then when we played after that, I was like, finally, I will not be the bottom frag. But then you ended up top fragging. So fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
What's that grind been like for you, Tiff? You hit Radiant, didn't you? On your 24 hour?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No.
dang. Okay. My bad. What's
No,
the
it's okay.
experience like with because I feel like your content is definitely more like gameplay based, right? And like you like having a good time playing games, being good at shooters. So like what's that experience been like for you?
Okay, so I hit Immortal for the first time right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in November for the first time, and ever since I've been Immortal on like quite a few seasons, quite a few counts. It's always a struggle seeing the people because pretty much you can only duo queue at that rank, which means you have to have 3 random strangers, and it's big coin flip every day to see if you guys have any angry people. No, you can not in high rank.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's how it is
to
in
prevent
Overwatch too.
people. Yeah, it's to prevent people from being like boosted or just out of their rank.
Oh, okay. I see. Sorry. Anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please
No,
continue.
it's fine. So it's like it's kind of like scratching a lottery ticket every day. Every time I go live, seeing if the people on my team are nice, if the people are good, if the people are bad. So it's kind of just a guess every day.
What's like the craziest thing that's happened to you since you have to play with randoms? I know Zach also does, so both of y'all can answer this, but what's like the craziest thing that's happened to you playing with a random on stream?
It's actually one of the reasons why my stream blew up even more. It was this is definitely not PG-13 though, so let's just say one of my TikTok clips ended up being on the front page of Reddit for like 24 hours. It got thousands and thousands and thousands of traffic. It was like on the thread. I'm a badass because this guy on my team was just saying like really vile, disgusting things to me.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, bro.
Yeah.
No, I feel that hard being a girl playing Valorant or any shooter, honestly. I stopped playing COD Hikey because all these 13-year-olds were like, it's a girl! And then they dunk on me and I couldn't handle it anymore.
Salty, you go with the live stream one because I gotta think because not a lot of crazy things happen with mine.
Really? But you always
Well,
solo queue.
So, well, and one of the reasons why I solo queue, and this is gonna sound like a little bit sad, but it's not supposed to come off as that, is just because like I don't have a lot of people to play
I was
with.
literally just gonna say, you're gonna say you don't have friends. Like,
I don't have, I don't have
friends.
but like a big reason is because
We're
I play.
friends.
Well, but I also play on console too, and there's not a lot of.
Oh,
like,
true.
content-
Yeah,
there's not a
I
lot of
forgot about that.
content creators playing on console, but also I grew up as an only child, so I was
Yeah.
always playing by myself, so I kind of knew no difference. Like, oh, this is just how I always play video games.
Mhm.
So it just kind of, you know, a lot of stream snipers. I'm sure Tiff gets that a lot. I'm guessing,
Oh, yeah.
right? You get a lot of stream snipers,
I
a
used
lot of
to.
a lot of harassments, a lot of people that come from your in game into your chat. It's just,
Mhm.
you know, it's a hard life being a streamer, man. It's tough out here.
Yeah, dude. People are rough sometimes. It's sick, but I love it. But it's also like, I can't even imagine it on your guys' level either, because I've only been doing it for like what, how many months? Like 7? I don't even know. And I'm like so itty bitty tiny compared to you guys. I can't even imagine. But I mean, I think like you guys get obviously like a ton of like super sick like experiences out of it. Like I know Fish, you met Johnny Cruz. Could you talk about that experience? And for those of you in chat who don't know, that's the voice actor for Lucio, which is a character in Overwatch, which is the main game that Fish kind of like blew up from. So what was that experience like? Like, how did you even get to meet him?
So it definitely happened a while ago. I think it was literally like I made this dumb tweet. I'm trying to remember. I forget who reached out to who, but I was on Twitter and I made this tweet. I think it was along the lines of like, God, I hate when other people make Overwatch content. That's my thing. Like, obviously. And then he responded to it, like it was just 3 laughing, crying emojis. And then I was like, okay, so he knows who I am. Now I'm going to ask him to play. So then I DM'd him on Twitter, and he was
so
just like,
sick.
yeah, I'd love to. And then I gave him like a quick, when we first talked in voice, when we first played together, I gave him a quick background. I assumed that he didn't know like anything about me besides like my name was mentioned in his Twitch chat or something.
Mhm.
That was just kind of unreal. There's just like this video game character that I play. I'm like talking to his voice actor, like,
And he's active. Like the last time we did Pugs, he was literally in chat. if I
Yeah,
remember
he's
correctly.
a consistent Overwatch. He's probably the one of the most consistent streamers in the Overwatch community right now, which is kind of surprising because I
That's
don't
cool.
think he played like in the beginning, but then like I want to say in the past year, yeah, he started to stream a lot more Overwatch.
Yeah. Tiff, I know that you're talking about that Twitch chat is one of your favorite aspects of it. I just want to know, all of you guys, what's your favorite kind of question to get in Twitch chat, if there is one?
Favorite?
Yeah, do you have a favorite question or a favorite like thing? I don't know. That's someone asked that from stream.
Yeah.
So the people are dying to know so they can come into your chats and just start spamming it. That one might be like a thinker, low key. I don't even know how I would answer that.
Tiff, do you have an answer? Because I have one.
Yeah, exclamation mark height. They're always so curious as to know like how tall I am. Apparently, I look tall on camera, but
How tall are you?
yeah, I'm not.
Can I guess? Can I guess? Oh, I was literally
sorry,
gonna
I
say
ruined
that. I was literally gonna be like, I think you're 5'2",
Yeah.
and I was yeah.
I don't know. There's not really like a specific question that people.
Exclamation
I mean-
mark height though. That's funny that you have a command for that, bro.
Yeah. It tells everyone I'm really tall though. So.
Oh, what does
That's
it
the best
say?
part,
How
yeah.
how tall?
It literally
are
just
you?
says really tall.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so funny. All right, Zach, what's yours?
I guess for my answer, mine is a little bit more. So I really like any kind of question that can give insight of like adulthood, like whether it's college questions or
Mhm.
tax questions or girl questions or relationship questions or
Yeah.
anxiety or getting over anxiety or anything. It's like I'm not an expert in that kind of field, but it kind of just goes back to like my original idea of wanting to get into content creation is just to try to share wisdom and help and try to help someone become a better them, if that makes sense. So I like those kind of questions where it's just like in real life questions. My least favorite is how do I get better at Overwatch? And I always just say practice. It's like
When people ask me how you get better at League, and I'm like, dog, I'm like trash. I don't know why you're coming to the wrong stream to ask that, dog.
Yeah.
Fish, you have one or nah?
It is. I'm kind of in the same boat as Tiff. I can't think of one like off the top of my head, like a specific question.
Yeah.
I guess it's more so like I like when Twitch chat, not so much, not that I have anything against like questions. I don't want to get like too off topic. I guess in my setting, because I'm most of the time I'm playing with like my friends, and then if somebody just like asks something that we're not really talking about, I'll answer it. But I guess my favorite is when the chat is just like involved in what we're doing specifically at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say
There's
anything
no like
specific that I can think of.
specific question.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
I feel like my Twitch chat is so much different compared to your guys's, like with the emotes and the hype and just like, because I see your Twitch chat, Salty, and it's a lot of fun with all the emote spam and whatnot.
Yeah, it's cool.
big emotes guy. Anyways, hold up, I gotta look at my notes. I was very just looking at you guys and not looking. Okay, we are gonna move away a little bit. We're gonna get into some difficulties here for any of our fellow aspiring streamers in chat. I just, this might be up Zach's alley a little bit more because it's a bit of like words of wisdom type thing.
Oh,
but
come on, Salty's got some good words of wisdoms, and Tiff, they got something. They're just being a little bit. They're just holding out on their 5 head.
They're staying humble. But as you were, growing as, a YouTuber or streamer, like obviously like you kind of have doubts about, your ability to like make content or popularity or whatever. I just wanted to know, how do you guys deal with that? And like, how do you, I'm sure like it probably still lingers. Like, I feel like most people are kind of insecure in general, right, with themselves sometimes. But like for you guys specifically, like, what do you do or like tell yourself or like, speak out of to like make yourself realize like, I'm doubtful of this, but I can do it. And like, especially when you were like starting, like when you were getting there.
So how do I kind of like reassure myself that?
Yeah, like how do you reassure yourself? Like how do you like what did you even like tell yourself back at the like 10 years ago, like when you first started YouTube Fish and you were making 1 FPS Minecraft videos and you thought that was good?
Well, yeah, I guess at the time I didn't really have high expectations, and also YouTube was in a completely different place back then, like where 100,000 views basically meant like you were viral, and then 100,000 views now might mean like, all right, you're doing pretty all right on YouTube. But I guess now what I kind of tell myself is, honestly, a bunch of my friends know this about me as well, is that I'll just like stare at, this is just like one example where I'll just like stare at like the go live button. I'll be like, all right, yeah, let's chill for another 5 minutes. And they're like, what? No, just go live right now. Like, why are you stalling? And I guess I kind of like psych myself out. So I guess for me, it's kind of just like go through with it, whether that's like an idea or like a DM to another creator. And I'm just like, let's do this. I'll always like psych myself out at the end of the day. So honestly, what I just need to tell myself is that like I'm literally worrying for no reason. And even if it's something like trying to collab with somebody, the worst thing they'll say is like, no.
Right.
And you can like try again another time. And then if they keep saying no, you'll just be like, all right, I'll take the hint. You don't want to work with me. But yeah, I think for the most part, something that I kind of just need to tell myself is just go through with it. Like, stop delaying it. Just do it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's so interesting because I feel like you seem so confident when you, of course, right? Like
there's, in certain situations, but
right.
I think my answer kind of feeds off of Salty's or Fish's for a little bit, just like feeling doubtful in yourself or feeling resistance of either being yourself or creating an idea. And I guess I'm still in that stage right now. There's a lot of ideas that I would want to try to do related to Overwatch or whatnot. That you just kind of psych yourself out. But one thing that I try to do or overcome is that if it doesn't work out, I can try again tomorrow. For me, I try to post every day or every other day. So if like a video flops, then it's like, okay, I got tomorrow. I can try again. What? Oh no, what?
Sorry, I think my Wi-Fi just like freaked out for it. Sorry, I thought okay. I died for like 2 seconds. I'm good. I'm alive.
You're good. But I think another thing, so I am a very sensitive person. Like if someone says anything mean to me, I will take it full-heartedly. But that goes for bad criticism, whether it's just someone saying something mean, but also constructive criticism. It'll all hurt my feelings either way, but I will just grow from that. Like, and I don't know how Salty is, but like, I am a very emotional person, so it will be known that okay, you bothered me, but I'm gonna learn to not let this bother me in the future, or I will take what you said. It's like, okay, I will not do that next time because you just learn to be better, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you gonna say, Salty?
Very, very quick thing is that when I get, I totally forgot that this is just like my mindset, but if I ever see something like rude in Twitch chat or a YouTube comment, I literally just tell myself, that's a 5-year-old child.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really care. They're 5 years old. They're just saying whatever. And then it low key, it kind of helps if I just picture them as a child.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I do.
I was gonna say I'm like the complete opposite because if anyone says something rude in my chat, I just call them out and
yeah, you're bad, dude. You're like, let's go. I respect
my
it.
whole community kind of tries to, because yeah, like you said, they might be children, but they don't know what is acceptable and what is not. So when you let them know, when you let them be known that it's not acceptable, like I remember someone was like, oh, are you just tired today, or you just look really fucking? I forgot what he said, and I was like, you actually took the time to type out this whole entire phrase and press enter, and thinking that it was okay. Because who asked? Like, who asked? No one asked you for your opinion on my appearance. And the person immediately said, like, oh, sorry, I guess I didn't mean it like that. I was like, okay, well now you know to do better and not to do that again in the future. So sometimes
she's a queen, bro. I see you popping off. I'm always like, yes, dude.
Tiff, do you ever feel like remorse or resentful after you like kind of call them out after? Because like I get in that state too, where I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Like in my Twitch chat, typing that out. Like, don't you have anything better to do? And it's like I feel like I am trying to be an entertainer, not someone who like makes someone feel bad. Do you ever feel like you're not making them feel welcome, even though they might have had good intentions?
Well, that's why I said like, well, now, yeah, I get you didn't have bad intentions, but you made me feel bad about it, and you should know better from now on. So I make it aware on like both ends that I don't mean anything bad to him too, but he should not do that again in the future. And I don't feel like I need to, fake being happy about what he said, or I don't feel like the need to kind of just hide behind like a fake personality. So I feel the need to call out stuff like that. And if it does get to a certain extent, then my mods ban it or time it out or whatever is necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. No, I totally feel that and respect that. Like for me, obviously I'm a lot bigger on Instagram, and people will come and say like insensitive stuff about my body, or like, oh, I liked it when your hair was black, like stuff like that. And it's like, I do the exact same thing, Tiff. I'm like, who are you to come in here and like make comments about like my appearance? You don't even know me, bro. Or like, I hate it. I try and like do the same thing where I'm like, don't bring women down, or like stuff like that, where it's kind of like an educational roast, but you're still getting roasted, because it's like, sure, like banning them or whatever. Like some people like will do that. And it's like totally fine if there's any like streamers in chat that like do stuff like that, or like don't want to like speak about it. But I feel like, as somebody also like who has an audience of like preteen girls, I gotta teach them like, you don't take that shit, from other people. You gotta like step up for yourself or whatever. But again, we all do things differently. It doesn't really matter. I also feel like, everyone likes to handle confrontation in different ways, or, like deal with like trolls and stuff in different ways. So, but yeah, where am I going with this? Sorry, my brain is like so laggy right now.
You're doing a great job. You're doing fantastic.
I have never done this before. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're a natural. You're doing fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It. Yeah. So do you guys see yourself staying in content creation for the rest of your life? Like, do you guys what do you guys see for yourselves, I guess, like in terms of all of this? Like, is there a bigger picture? Do you want to just stream until the day you die? You want to do YouTube until like, what do you guys see for yourselves in terms of like that kind of like career wise thing?
So I'll answer right away. So I always tell people like, this is all I want to do. Like when they say, what do you want to be when I grow up, or what do you want to do after this? I just say this, like, this is all I want. You can't offer me anything better. I just want to make content. It's just as simple as that. It's not like I've always wanted to make content, but I think it's mainly just the lifestyle that content creation has created. It's like what Salty said earlier. You're able to make your own schedule.
Yeah.
But that also has its own cons, but you're also able to support yourself and be able to live where you want and play what you want and whatnot. And I think that's also just the benefit of being able to do content creation, is have that lifestyle, but also being able to play video games, but also being able to be an impactful part in at least one person's life. And that's just always been my goal, and something that I love about the content creation world, but also why I want to do this just forever, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like it's so celebrated when people are like, oh, I want to be a teacher for like young kids, right? Like, it's like, you want to like mold the minds of the 5-year-olds that are watching you or whatever.
And I'm sure Tiff can also account for this too. It's like, it's cool to, whenever you get messages in your Twitch chats like, oh, I got to, I don't know the ranking system in Valorant that well, but platinum and Overwatch, or I watched you and I became a main.
Immortal is like, very high. Tiff is very, very good at the game.
Isn't that that's like top 500, right? Or is that
it's a little bit more. I think there's like 10,000 people in Immortal, so it's like
you're really good at the game.
But yeah, you're like good. like
and when I heard Ray said that you were trying to get into Radiant, I'm like, oh, okay, so you've made it that far to be able to like try to get into Radiant.
Yeah, I'm over here like stuck in iron, like I'm just kidding. I actually don't know what elo I am, bro. I always joke, I'm like, I'm dirt 3, dog. Like, I don't even play ranked anymore because that shit scares me. I'm just like, I don't want to look at that, man. Boosted to iron. Let's go. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, just finishing off that question, I think one of the most, at least for me, the most fulfilling part is just being able to serve and educate to the best of my abilities. Not saying like I'm like an actual teacher, like I'm qualified, but it feels really nice to be.
You're like impacting like it's like the same thing you said earlier about like for me, I grew up watching like Markiplier, you know what I mean, and like Jacksepticeye and like all really those dudes people. And like I've loved them, and I feel like they molded a lot of like my personality when I was like a kid, and I feel like you guys are kind of like this generation's that, which is like kind of cool to say that I know you guys.
It kind of is cool. It's kind of surreal. But it's really cool to be in that position.
I think it's like a dream plan for every content creator to be able to do this like as long as possible. Obviously, a lot of us don't really have a end game plan, but just for example, like sometimes I know we didn't go over my age, but I'm turning 28 this year. So at this age, my parents are expecting me to get married, to have kids and all that stuff. And people in my community would be like, kids, when? Every time I have an announcement, they're like, pregnant?
Really?
Pregnant?
They say that? Yo, that's so funny.
So I think my dream goal is to like kind of build an audience where if I was to ever stray away from gaming, they would still appreciate that and still like follow me for what I enjoy doing.
Yeah. But you could be a mommy streamer.
That's just the dream.
Like a mommy vlogger, but a mommy streamer. That'd be kind of cute.
Oh my god!
Streams with like the 2-year-old, like, hi, I teach him how to play Minecraft. Yeah, that'd be cute. That'd be so cute. But yeah, Fish, you want to say anything? I feel like it's like I feel like that question, like everyone wishes to be doing this, right?
It's just at the end of the day, like I know that there are people that are still doing it, and they've been doing it much longer than me. So I feel like if they can still do it, then why can't I?
Right.
So I don't know if I want to do anything like specifically. I want to be in the same situation where I can be like, all right, today I'm uploading a YouTube video about blah blah blah, but maybe the content is completely different. Just the idea of being able to do that in a couple of years is it's what I hope for.
Heck yeah. We love people expanding their horizons. We love that. Also, people are saying kids went in chat now. That's so funny. What has been, just out of curiosity, but like what is the best experience or like opportunity that you've been able to experience as a result of, you know, starting to stream or do YouTube or content creation, I should say, in general?
I would say for me, getting invited to BlizzCon, that was kind of a validating moment. That's like, oh, I'm with the Seagulls, I'm with the XQCs, it was just a form of validation And not only to be able to go to California and see
Mhm.
Overwatch 2 get announced, it was just being able to be around everybody that was like-minded, that understood the content
Right.
world. Because it's an isolating career. I'm sure everyone here can somewhat relate, but it's like, it's, you know, you have your friends that you talk to on Discord, or at least these two have their friends that have their friends talk to Discord, and then there's just me by myself. But it's it was very nice to be able to just be around people similar to what we all do, which is just, you know, make content.
This is why you guys need to move to LA.
I guess it kind of is related to what you were just talking about. Yeah, so I went to LA recently, and then I was just meeting all these people, and they just wanted to know my Instagram, and that's how they DM people, which was very strange to me. I'm not used to using Instagram like that.
Me neither.
Is that what happened? Did they start DMing? You know what's funny
DMing me
is
the next day, yeah.
that dude with the dreads DM'd me the next day after we met him.
Exactly, it's weird, but that kind of relates into what I was gonna say, which is I guess just having this big following and then not realizing what you can do with that like big number, because I'll be reaching out to these big streamers. Meanwhile, I know for a fact they haven't seen any, I'm assuming they haven't seen any of my videos, but they're like, oh, okay, this is what we do. We kind of do something similar. Okay, I don't know anything about you, but you know, you have a following. Let's collab. Let's see what we can do.
Mhm.
I think that's a pretty cool feeling of just being able to, and not even only streamers. Like that's how I ended up talking to Johnny Cruz,
Right.
just because my name was out there and maybe it was mentioned to him. So yeah, just being, I'd say the best part is just being able to meet other people and make connections through your following.
Oh, 100%. That's my favorite part of streaming, high key. That's why I like streaming so much better than YouTube, personally, for me, at least, just because, you know, the YouTube stuff I was on was kind of shit. So streaming has been a really great way to like meet new people, I think, for me. But yeah, Tiff, do you wanna say anything?
I think without streaming, I wouldn't have been like, I've had a lot of opportunities traveling to do business. I've been to, in the last like 4 years, I've been to Sweden, I've been to France, I've been to Korea, and a lot of places where I personally
Mr.
would have never went to.
Worldwide. That's so
Yeah.
sick.
So that's definitely a plus because, you know, honestly, if I had to spend money to travel, I would probably just go to like Japan, Korea, like Asian.
Mhm.
Like I never thought of going to like Europe because it's just not in my interest. But
Mhm.
because of business, I've been to like a bunch of places I never thought I would be.
That's so sick. That's really cool.
That's really cool.
I love that. I love that. Also, Tiff, I know that you played in this year's Twitch Rivals for Valorant, and you were a coach, right? Or like the lead head or whatever.
Have to, yeah. And
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I'm trying to think, but I've actually played in like, I want to say like 6 Twitch Rivals before, not even
Oh,
just for
damn, go
Valorant.
off, dude.
So,
What is that experience like, especially captaining? Like, what training? Like, what goes into that for
Oh.
you? Like, it's a regiment now, clearly, right?
it
She's
was
like, I
definitely
know what I
nerve-wracking.
gotta do.
It was definitely nerve-wracking because they only chose, I believe, 8 captains, and a lot
Yeah.
of them were like very, very well known. I'm talking like Asu, I'm talking about people like Quarter Jade, huge streamers. Yeah. So I was definitely on like the smaller streamer spectrum compared to all of them. So it was definitely intimidating, and I felt I would be like, oh, I'm picking this guy. I hope he's not mad because he could be on Asu's team if I didn't pick him, but I hope he doesn't feel bad.
Okay.
Stuff like that. But it was definitely fun. I think we ended up like 5th place, I think.
Mm.
So it wasn't that bad. Could have done better, but it's a good time.
I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And don't feel, you know, you got to be on the Tiff's team, the Tiffy herself.
I'd be nervous about that too. Oh god.
I'd be like, woo! Oh, that's so funny. So what do you guys like, you know, with all these like super cool like experiences on opportunities and whatnot, like what do you, I guess, you know, obviously streaming is like a really big part of all of our lives, and a lot of really, really good things have like come out of it. And a lot of people want to like achieve similar things. So like, what would be a piece of advice that you would give to a budding streamer? Like maybe someone stuck in the dead, like 1 view zone, like who like really wants this to happen, but like, you know, what sort of advice would you give both like emotionally and also like, what is a tip you want to give them? Like something you wish that you did or knew or whatever, like when you first started.
There's so many.
Go off, Queen. Like we got like another hour, dude. You can go off.
You gave
so many.
You gave good advice about crossover. earlier.
So first and foremost is that don't do it for the money. Like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. If people who are like, oh, look at this famous streamer, I want to be that rich, I want to be that famous. They're like, oh, let me go start streaming. It's not gonna happen unless you put the dedication and effort and like being passionate about it. It's not gonna happen. There are people who stream to like 1 or 10 viewers for years until they blow up, or everyone grows at their own pace. So unless you're streaming something you're really, really, really passionate about, if you're faking it, people will see. Like they will see right through you. They will know exactly what you're in streaming for, and they like you won't be able to thrive.
No, yeah, I 100%. Someone literally asked the other day, like, oh, I want to start streaming for the money. Like, where should I start something in my channel? I was like, don't do it for the money, man. Like, do it because you want to like entertain people, or because you enjoy playing video games or talking or cooking or whatever it is. Like, don't do it for the money. Because like I totally agree with you. Like, people will see through that shit. Like, you need to be passionate about it. That's what like separates the best streamers like you guys from like the shitty ones who are the people in it for the money, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, and then that's great advice. And I think another good piece of advice, like I guess this is like emotionally, is just make good content. I know that's like a duh statement, but it's like it really, if you make good stuff, people will find it. Like it just has to happen eventually. And the more good content you make, the more you'll get practice and whatnot. Because for me at least, I made 1,000 videos before I even hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I had enough practice to when it did blow up that, you know, I was able to figure out, okay, this is what works, this is what I can do. Another thing, it's kind of what Tiff said earlier, crossover really does help. I think Salty also did this too, but for me, I kind of, I don't want to say handed on a silver platter my Twitch viewership, but it was easy to funnel the YouTube viewership to Twitch because YouTube is way better for discoverability and not enough people do that. So that is probably the number one way, either through YouTube or TikTok. If you're not very like creatively as terms of editing, then you can easily go on TikTok. And
dude, TikTok is where it's at, bro. High key for everything.
TikTok is probably like I saw a TikTok somewhere saying that you need to stop streaming every day and start streaming like every other day and start making content on other platforms, because that'll funnel in viewerships, because Twitch discoverability is awful, especially in popular games like Valorant or Apex, where like how are you different compared to, you know, the what's his name, Asu?
Oh, Asu, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, why would they watch you compared to Asu? You know, it's like, well, maybe because you're funny or whatnot, they would not know, because no one's searching for the 0 viewer Andys. No one is, but TikTok and YouTube, way better for discoverability.
No, 100%. TikTok is actually insane. Not even just for Twitch, just like anything. Like, you know, if you want to cross-plat anything, it has to be TikTok with like anything, whether it be for Instagram, for YouTube, for Twitch, for whatever else you could possibly do. Like TikTok is like the app to like go on, and like I need to start getting on that, bro. Like actually I need to get a better mic so my clips
popping off. Get some advice.
Dude, I know, dude. No. I got it. Bro, I started doing Snapchats actually because I have a contract with them. And like even that alone, which has way less viewers than TikTok does, is already like doubling my stream views, like almost. Like it's actually insane. It's like actually insane.
And it's also like you with like Teens React too. You got viewership from Teens React that
I got handed a
Instagram.
fat fucking silver platter.
Not because you have to at least be like genuine and make good content. Just like you got to make good content. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Fish, what about you? Any words of wisdom to all the 5-year-olds in your chat?
Yeah. I guess there's, at the end of the day, we've kind of gone over this, but you're right. Nobody's really going to be searching for, or a majority of people aren't going to be searching for somebody with like 2 viewers as opposed to like the top few people, because first of all, it like takes time to even find those, because Twitch works that they only sort their categories by like top views, as far as I know, for the most part. So one thing that I've kind of actually discovered a little bit recently is, rather than just like going live, playing the game, or doing whatever like just normally, you can add like a challenge to that to make you kind of like stick out. So maybe just add every time you die,
our chili pepper video.
Yeah, Zach and I just did something recently where it was like every time we lost a game of Overwatch, we had to eat a spicy food, and then every time we lost, the spice or the Scoville units got higher and higher. Until the end.
Ooh.
That was brutal.
Did you? Because I remember watching you go through the edit. Did you guys end up eating a ghost pepper at the end? The ghost pepper
Yes,
chip.
we did.
Yeah, we
And
did.
What was that experience like?
It was not a very fun experience. The aftermath, just later on that night, like I was in pain, like my stomach was just on fire, and it was fun in the moment, but then it's like, okay, I didn't eat anything all day. My fire's my stomach's on fire.
You just have a singular hot chip in your stomach, and that's it.
Basically, yeah. It was not a fun experience, but I mean, yeah, it's like what Salty said. If you bring engagement for the audience, like whether it's by voting or what gun should I use next in Valorant, or what legend should I use next in Apex, or what hero should I play next, just finding ways to have the audience engage rather than just them sitting there, and that can also separate you from other people because, well, the other people don't do the fun stuff like in so-and-so's chat, Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah. And kind of on the flip side, what do you guys think is something that maybe people get stuck on, or like something that like isn't actually really important for like growth or like streaming that maybe some people think is, I guess? I don't know if I worded that question well, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Having insanely good setups is not necessary.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
a good answer.
Look at my lighting. It's so
Yeah.
yellow.
Hey, look, he's using fucking not even AirPods. He has wired fucking headphones in.
Yeah.
Dude, no. So I literally can't. I didn't even realize you were wearing those, Zach. Like, y'all don't need good setups to stream. Like,
wearing them too.
oh my god, is Tiff? Oh my god, I'm the only one. Oh, time to like. I gotta just like throw these away. I guess. Like,
I'm not in gamer mode, so that's why I don't have my headset.
I mean, I just wear. I don't have wired headphones. They stopped making those in like 2014.
You're not broke. That's what you're trying to say.
What do you mean? You have that? Why not just use the headphones you have?
Hey, we're not in gamer mode.
AirPods.
My AirPods are under my bed. They've been there for 7 months now, and I'm not gonna go get them. I will get them when I move out.
I think Tiff's answer is probably the best answer. A lot of people just worry so much about, the setup and whatnot. My advice is that if you ever do start making money, you invest in your setup. You buy a mic, you buy a camera. You can also do cheap stuff like the lighting back there. It's cool, but it's also just a $25 investment. You don't have to break the bank to make a semi-decent setup. But,
or look at Fish. It's just his,
or
just
but
his,
it
like,
really goes to show.
in the
It
background,
really goes to show
like a little flag. Where's the waifu? Bring her out, Fish. Where is she? Why is she not on your bed?
No, I'm not pulling out my Ponzo body pillow.
I'll pull out mine if you pull out
Bring it. Let's see it. Bring out the body pillow. Get the body. Amazing. Look at that. See, I'm in like a terrible S-race chair. Y'all don't need anything good to stream. You just need a laptop and OBS. Oh, there we go.
Microphone. You need a mic. You need a good microphone.
Yeah, good mic. Because audio, no one needs your crunchy shit. Yeah. Mics are the only thing that really matters.
Oh my god.
Oh, there we go.
I don't have a body pillow. Can't help you guys.
There we go.
Yeah, you got to get one of Phoenix, Tiff. But why did you don't like
okay.
She made the same noise and I was like, you guys need to move to LA. She just went,
But
no, LA's trash sometimes.
Okay, let's give some background. I didn't buy this.
I didn't buy it either. Yeah, no.
Buy this.
We got
very convincing story.
Yeah,
it was
guys.
an Amazon stream.
No, please.
It's almost like you also have a maid outfit that you totally didn't buy for yourself.
Yeah, and I ripped it in half by accident, so...
You ripped up potential content? Aw, come on, man.
That's so sad. That's so sad. If you want to stream, just buy a maid dress. Don't buy a PC.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Just something that like people kind of get stuck up like on before they like start streaming or like early on into streaming that actually isn't important. And like Tiff's answer was like having nice equipment or a PC or whatever. If there's anything else that you guys can like think of. That was a really good one, Tiff, actually. Holy crap.
That was the best answer.
That was a really good answer.
But I think, and this might sound counterintuitive, but I kind of explained it earlier. Streaming every single day, while, yeah, streaming every single day does help. If you're streaming every single day to 0 viewers, nothing's going to change, you know, when
Right.
you can take that time to making content somewhere else to get 1 extra viewer, then take time to make another TikTok, then 5 viewers. And then that's when you start to have a good work ethic of streaming either every day if you want to, just being consistent. That is being consistent, but I guess quality over quantity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, when I first started streaming, I literally started doing like every single day. And that was just like, and now I don't stream on like Tuesdays or Thursdays. Sometimes I don't stream on Sundays. And there's like literally very little difference in my like view count if I stream every day or don't stream every day. So like, don't burn yourself out, you know, like obviously like if you're trying to do like YouTube uploads, that's like a different story. But like for streams, like I feel like a lot of people like kind of dig themselves in a hole where they're like, if I'm not streaming, they're gonna go watch someone else and then I'm gonna lose that. It's not like that, you know. Don't like burn yourself out over that. Like it's totally fine. Most like professional streamers don't even stream every day, so like you don't need to as someone who isn't pro.
There are some exceptions, like XQC is the one guy that
right.
He lives on a stream, and so lots of people think it's like, well, if I want to be like XQC, then or on that level, then I got stream every day.
Totally.
And there is some truth to that, but then again, it's like you're gonna probably hate yourself or feel bad that you're putting on all this work and it's not going anywhere. Well, it's because no one's searching at the bottom of Valorant, you know, of the viewership. What about you, Salty?
I guess this is kind of weird advice, but one thing that I've kind of struggled with is setting up expectations or like a viewer outcome. And I guess you like if you're doing something that you know is gonna be well received by your audience and even by like outsiders that haven't followed you in the past, it's good to like set expectations. But sometimes if you try something different, like you can't always tell yourself that it's gonna go well, or else otherwise you'll just be disappointed at the end of the day. So it's good to be excited for something and just like be excited for how everybody's gonna react when you put it out or when you're streaming it or whatever. But I'd say like don't always do that every day, or else you're gonna like a majority of the time, unless you're making like quality content consistently that's like new and you know is gonna help grow your channel, like make you blow up. I think it's pretty easy to tell when that's gonna happen. But for the most part, if there's like some certain days where you have to tell yourself like, okay, this isn't going to do like the best, so I shouldn't like be so excited to like, you know, see my viewer count just go up and up and up. And then if it doesn't do that, like, yeah, that could hurt you at the end of the day. It'll leave you disappointed.
Oh yeah, for sure. How did you guys, I feel like I should have asked this earlier, but like, how did you guys like get into gaming? Like in general, like pre-streaming, just like playing video games for fun.
I was invited to my friend's house who lived in my building, and they were playing. Actually, I think I played a couple like GameCube games on my own.
Yeah.
Because I saw like my friends and my family talked about it. So I was just like, I want that. But when it comes to, I guess, playing with others and kind of expanding past like these single solo playthroughs, I think it was Halo 2 and Halo 3, where it's just like I can play multiplayer. You can like mess with people, you know, like teabag people. Running
Dude,
around
my cousin
like
was so into Halo. I remember being like 6 or something, and he was like 13, and then I would like sit on his bed and watch him play Halo like all day, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, for me it's kind of similar to Salty. Actually no. So my mom actually got me into gaming. We played this old game. I don't know if you've heard of it, SSX. It's like a snowboarding game on the PlayStation. We would always play that. But then GameCube, that's when, and I still have my original GameCube from when I was like 5 years old, but I always
that is so wholesome.
Yeah, I would always play Mario Kart. I would always play Mario Party by myself because again, I had no one else to play with. But I really enjoyed that, and that's what got me into gaming. And then similar to Salty, I went to my friend's house and we play Halo 3. That was my first game that I fell in love with. And then I got my own Xbox, and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 was when I really fell into the grind of just playing games.
It's so funny. It's
everything.
always the Halo and COD for teenage boys. Like that's
Yeah.
always what it
Well,
is.
and now the modern
Teenage
day,
boys.
yeah, now the modern day is gonna be like Fortnite. That's gonna be. It's like I grew up
Yeah.
on Fortnite. It's like, oh, poor you. not the. I mean, Fortnite's good for what it was.
I've never played Fortnite, and I never will.
It's an enjoyable experience.
I
but
was
I
a
can see.
Fortnite streamer for a while.
Really,
know
that is
that?
so
Yeah.
funny. I actually did not know that. That is so funny.
It was a really good game when it
Yeah.
first came out because it was so unique. But then
Right, yeah.
just slowly went downhill.
I just think that like shooting and building that takes up. I have like 2 brain cells. Like that's too much thinking. Honestly, that's why I don't want to play it. Nothing against like the culture or whatever. But
That's
I
why
don't care
I
about that.
stopped.
For me, the reason why I don't want to get into it is because I genuinely do not think I could do it. Like my brain is so small.
So,
like literally
the
building.
reason-
Like I don't get it. It's crazy.
The reason why I quit playing Fortnite was because it hurt my hands so bad that like I felt like
Oh.
I was
Were
getting
you just like
carpal tunnel from playing it.
spamming things like
Yeah,
all the time? Okay.
You have to
Building
be.
takes like a lot of button mashing.
I
so
see. I see.
My hands. I had to wear a brace to sleep at a certain point because of how bad my hands were hurting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
you know some
insane.
people have to get like surgery for that. Like
Yeah.
I'm glad that you stopped if it was making your hands hurt.
Mhm.
That's really
I'm gonna stretch
aggressive.
my hands.
I know everyone's just kind of like cracking their knuckles out. But Tim, how did you get into gaming? I guess as a whole.
Oh my god, I feel like a boomer because you guys didn't even mention like Game Boy or like Game Boy
I
SP
had
or
a Game
anything
Boy,
like
yeah.
that. Okay.
Game Boy, yeah.
I played
And
Pokemon all
you're
the
saying
time.
that didn't start your gaming phase?
I guess yeah,
Because it definitely did.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't
Yeah, I'd say that
start. It
started.
started, but yeah, I'm really into Pokemon. I'm really excited for the new remakes for
Okay.
Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think a lot of us play the same game. I played a lot of Mario Kart, Mario
Mhm.
Party, but with my brother, not by myself. Sorry.
I got the older brother card.
No.
Yeah.
Did you make
I
him do
played-
the boss stuff, like levels and stuff
I
in
did.
games, and you couldn't
Actually.
figure it out? Yeah.
I was so young back then too. I was like maybe like 10 or something. But
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Halo. Funny thing you were talking about Halo is that I only played campaign, and I only played
Oh.
campaign to kill the little grunts, like the ones that go like they go screeching. They're like ah, and they run
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was a little kid, I only liked killing those on Halo, and that's all I played to, just kill those little grunts. That's it.
You didn't kill any of the arbiters or any like
No,
the
I didn't
big
like
boys?
to. No, they
Oh,
were like
too
scary to
scary?
me.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Similar to why I
funny.
played Grand Theft Auto because you could just run over all the people.
Yeah, you just like literally like run people over and like
it sounds so bad
push
to say
them and
now, but that's
stuff.
I love just running over people in a car.
oh my god,
It's
Fishes
so
is
funny.
low-key a sociopath.
God.
Gonna get canceled, dude. Oh my, dude. It's funny that the reason I bring up the brother thing is because my dad is actually doing a panel like right now. I think he used to be a game dev, and so growing up, he would control the game for me, and I would tell him what to do because my hands were so
Aw.
little that I couldn't do it myself. And so it just, I don't know, it just reminded me because I never had an older brother. I'm like an older sibling, so I was just like, oh, I
Yeah.
wonder if her brother did like the boss fights for her and stuff because I always see jokes about
Yeah.
that on like the internet. But yeah, that's so cute. I love that.
I think that's one thing I'm gonna look forward to if I like kids win. Am I right? It's like when I have my own little like Zach, just being able to like kind of raise them the way that I was raised to, just playing video games, seeing them appreciate and love what I love.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of like a reincarnation of you getting to enjoy the things I used to enjoy as a little kid. Because yeah, I'm not playing like well, I did play Animal Crossing New Horizons, but I'm not like playing like Mario Kart or Mario Party like by myself that much anymore. But being able to share that with my kid, that would be, I think, what makes being a parent so fulfilling, is just seeing them grow up and become a little you.
Damn. Everyone's just got baby fever right now. Like, damn. Fish is like, Fish, you literally just said, Fish, you literally just said, I pretend that they're 5 years old in my chat. You gotta do it.
okay, there's that, and then yeah, I forgot to mention that every now and then I think I talk back to those people, but I try to make it like a joke. Like I'll just go over exaggerated with like the insults that I say like back at them.
Yeah, no,
I feel like Salty, you're like the opposite of Tiff. You're not someone who's gonna like call them out or like put them in their place. You just seem like someone that's just like, go over there. Sit
You're
and
just
kind
like
of-
a meme, dude.
No,
I
I love doing that. Except I try to be like funny and mean about it. I guess I wouldn't really like set it. Maybe it's like stabbing me in the back at the end of the day if I kind of go along with it. but I tried to be just as toxic as they are. Like that.
Like
I do
what?
that too
Can you give
sometimes.
like
Yeah,
an
I'm sure you do.
example?
Yeah. Okay, so somebody goes like, this actually like got clipped. This is the only reason that I can like say it word for word for the most part. But I was doing my first attempt at making sushi the other day, and then somebody will say something like, my friend who's a chef is disappointed in like the way that you're doing this, and I'll just say something like, I'm disappointed that they exist. Just like something like that.
That's not even that bad. It's just like a
exactly.
comeback.
But it's just like, I guess sometimes I try to go along with it.
Yeah.
Just be like, all right, we're shooting the shit. Yeah.
You seem like you have a lot more lighter heart than like me or Tiff, because at least for me, it's like I take it personal, so it's less like, all right, I'm gonna
You're just a
treat it.
sensitive boy.
I am, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just like
yeah.
you
I
think.
have a. Sorry,
on.
no, go ahead.
It's like
I was just thinking about like
go on. Tiff.
we're like talking over each other. I had a funny story about how there was some guy in my chat who
Uh-huh.
I was talking about my cramps being bad one month, and he was like, "Oh, why don't you do this? My sister has cramps, and I know exactly what you're talking about. So you should do exactly what I tell you." And he proceeded to give me a bunch of steps on what to do, and I was like, "Excuse me?" He was like, "Oh, I forgot. I forgot that men bleed very often. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, go on.
You know
let
what's
me write
funny?
this down.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want me to do?"
It's funny because all these like anecdotes that you're bringing up to, I've literally seen your TikToks of them, so like I know exactly what you're talking about. That's so funny, dude. Oh my god, what is I need to stop spinning now. I'm like spinning in my chair. I need to chill. What is like one of your like most fondest memories on like a stream? Not necessarily like an opportunity that came from it, but like just on a stream, what's like one of your fondest memories? Whether it be with like a viewer or in chat or like a raid or like you and your homies, like whatever. Look at them thinking.
There's so many. There's so many holes.
Yeah,
Give
there's
us
a lot.
give one fond memory so we can like be in our fields and like, you know, be happy and like warm and fuzzy for a sec.
One of the I guess I haven't really committed to it. This comes with like just me not being a streamer or a full-time streamer for a long time. But I did this challenge with my friend Louie, where we did a Nuzlocke, like a Pokemon run with a bunch of rules set on that. And then that was like the one thing that I was able to, or one of the few things that I was able to start on stream and then actually finish. And to notice how like the viewership just went up and up the closer that we got to the end. Like it was just a weird feeling of like seeing, I guess, a high amount of viewers for something that I've never done on my channel before. But I think that's just because we started something and we had been at it for like, I'd say a little less than a month, but then to see at the end of the day, like we had peak viewership at the very last moment because people were just like, oh my God, are they going to beat it or not?
Yeah.
So I guess just the idea of starting something new and then seeing like very low viewership for it and then seeing your viewership kind of like rise and rise, especially
like people getting into it because
when you're about to,
it.
and then last minute, like when you beat the game, like everybody's just like screaming, like being like,
yeah.
you know, bunch of clapping emotes and all that.
Dude, that Nuzlocke was funny. I remember tuning in when I would like get ready for your school, and it was just you and Luby yelling at each other the entire time. It was so funny.
I remember rating
that.
I remember rating at the very end of the stream. That's actually what kind of what inspired me to do a platinum Nuzlocke, and I still have to finish it. But that's everyone with a Nuzlocke. They always start. They never finish it. I still have to think about mine. So Tiff, you can go.
Mine happened like not too long ago. I think this is one of my most recent fondest moments. I haven't seen my parents since 2019 because they live in New York. Obviously, the pandemic stopped me from flying to see them, especially since they're like pretty old. They're in their late 60s, so they're like high risk. So I talked about like really frequently, since I don't get to see them often, how much I miss them, how homesick I was.
Yeah.
And last year, on my birthday, they actually ended up surprising me with like a huge kudos board with a lot of people signing it, a lot of people sending sweet messages, and they surprised me with like a gift voucher of like over $500 to, it's like you can use it whenever you want to buy an actual plane ticket. So they were like, oh, okay. they're like, we know you miss your parents. Like whenever the pandemic is over, whenever it's okay, like feel free to use this voucher to get yourself tickets to go home and see your parents and stuff like that. And I ended up crying on stream. It was a hot mess. Yeah, it was
That
very
is
wholesome.
so wholesome.
That's
That
really
is
cute.
so cute, dude. Kiddo's boards make me cry. When I did my birthday stream and I was like literally like wasted, I like read it and I was like crying on stream because I was drunk and I was like, I love my friends. Kiddo's boards are so sweet, man. I love them.
So now it's now me. I feel like this wouldn't come off as like wholesome or fond memories, but it was just a like an awakening moment. So a lot of the time I deal with imposter syndrome. A lot of time I deal with
What is imposter syndrome?
It's feeling like you're not somebody who you are. Like you're not belonging to be in this position. Like you don't belong to be a streamer or a YouTuber. Anxiety, stress, frustration. Like I said, I'm a very emotional person. And so one day I was just playing Animal Crossing. And I was having probably one of the worst days of all time and just basically just broke down on stream, just started crying and whatnot. And why that was so memorable for me is because of how supportive chat was to just see me be vulnerable in that time. But also why it was so fun was because like, okay, I have a safe space where people are going to listen, because I keep saying it's like streaming and video creation, very isolating. So just to be able to have people, at least somebody listen and validate and whatnot, that was a very memorable moment where it's like, okay, I'm not going to treat chat like a therapist, but it's nice to be able just rant and them at least somewhat care or tolerate while I'm popping off in Overwatch at the very least, you know.
No, it's nice knowing that people like care about you. I think it's sick because then you know that like your chat is there for like you and like care about you instead of just because like you're cute or like whatever, right? So I love that. I think that's a fun memory, even though you said that it wasn't. I think that's very fun, even though it's a little bit, you know, it got a little bit of a.
It's just one of those. It's like, well, it's not like a huge raid or a donation or
no, yeah.
Or so, but yeah, that's just the first thing that came to my head, and I always just answer whenever it's the first thing that comes to my head.
So, as someone who is like a very sensitive person, was it like difficult for you to like make the decision to start making content just because of how scary the internet was, or do you think you were like whatever like about it? Like I don't know.
So one thing about, and I don't know how Salty is, I don't necessarily read comments. Like I read like the first like 5-6 comments and whatnot. But for me, it wasn't scary. I think the scary part was just the finance. I got my first big check 6 months before I was going to graduate college. So I kind of had to decide, it's like, okay, am I going to go full time with YouTube, or am I, because we had to go through interviews for jobs and whatnot, which I didn't go through. I had to figure out where I was going to move to. And that was the scary part, not really the emotion part, but like the finance part. Because it's like, if this all falls apart, it's just like, well, is mommy gonna help take care of me until I can find another job? You know what I mean? So yeah.
So what about Fish Tiff? What were you guys doing before you started making content? Because I know that Zach was in college when he started, so it's not like you were working like a 9 to 5 or anything like that.
Well, I worked at Target. Like I worked real jobs. I worked at Target and a lifeguard, but yeah, mainly college was my main job.
Right. What about you two?
I worked in Times Square and Forever 21 for a bit before I hated it. No,
that sounds like it would suck.
No, it was so bad.
Dude, I could never. That's like retail on steroids, bro. Retail's already bad enough, but like in Times Square, where shit doesn't close until like 4 a.m. Like that does not sound fun, bro.
Whenever someone asks you, they're like, "Oh, what's your worst retail story?" That's it. Someone
just
peed
working
in
there.
my fitting room.
Just working there. Not even like a specific. Wait, what'd you just say?
Someone peed in the fitting room because
really
Times Square. Yeah. We didn't have public restroom, obviously being Times Square. Like, can you just imagine how many people would be going in just to use the restroom?
Yeah.
So I guess someone got like, they're just like, oh, no bathroom. All right, let me just go in this little fitting room right here.
That's disgusting.
So they did it on purpose. Like they went to the fitting room to pee and then like sneak out of the house or the sneak out of the store or whatever. So you guys don't know who did it. You just found piss in the fitting room.
I was a lucky employee working the fitting room that night.
That is insane. That's actually disgusting. Wow. Well, this is a much more enjoyable job, I
Yeah.
am sure, than cleaning up pee in a Forever 21. Oh my
that's
Yeah.
god.
awful. I won't look at a fitting room in Forever 21 the same again because that's
Yeah, I know, Damn, someone in chat just said I worked at an H&M and a kid pooed, not in 1, but in 5.
Ew.
That's so gross. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about this. Anyways,
Yeah.
Fish, what were
So-
you doing before you started streaming?
Let's see. Well, I would just be hanging out with my boys in Times Square, and then once the night got late, I would just try to
Go
look
into a fitting room and
bathroom,
pee in
then I'd
Forever
find-
21.
Stop it! I'm done. You found the culprit.
so
This was
it's
actually all
kind
a
of-
plot to bring you two together. Welcome. You are
kind of
here to
weird.
grieve
So-
out your trauma.
So I was in high school, and I think I did YouTube pretty inconsistently. I would just upload Team Fortress 2 videos every now and then.
Yeah.
And that kind of got me to around like 60,000 subs on YouTube.
A
then
casual
what happened-
40, 60K.
What happened is that I moved, what is it? I went to college and I stopped YouTube altogether. Like I just didn't have a computer or any setup or any like.
Oh, that's crazy.
Much. But then I came back during the summer, and then I started making Overwatch videos. My channel blew up more than I'd ever seen it blown up before. And what I did, which is not advisable to anybody else who's doing this, is that I would literally just be on the YouTube grind, focus on 100% on YouTube throughout the whole summer. Then I would go away to college for like 8-9 months, however it is. And I just wouldn't pay attention to YouTube at all. Like I would upload 1 or 2 videos during Christmas break.
Bro, that's crazy.
Then I would go back and I would do the same thing over the summer, 100% YouTube, then back to college, 100% college. So basically I went 3 years of college of just not uploading videos for over those long periods of time.
That's insane, dude.
But I still was able to come back and then kind of build off of that in 2019 when I'd been graduated.
And like, did you see in those 3 years that did the fans stay around? Were they like, oh, we know he's going to be back? Or did you see like a dip that you had to grind back up for?
I think the first 2 years, it was surprisingly like the fans were still there, but I think that's just because of how popular Overwatch stayed during that period of time.
Right, yeah.
Was uploading. But then after that, I think in 2019, like I did see a dip in viewers. Like I did stream on Twitch for a little, and like it was crazy because looking back, I only had like maybe average 100 viewers at the time, and now I've like grown way past that.
Mhm.
But-
I was growing up.
Yeah, I think I had to like grow in 2019 like from the start. I
Right.
guess like I had to kind of restart, but now I'm kind of back in the groove. Yeah.
He's back at it. He's ready, dude. That's why I'm ready. I'm like ready to graduate. Like I'm not allowed to drop out. Not that I would stay in school, get your degree, but like I am like this like I do literally like 6 hours 6 hours of class a day back to back, and then I immediately go and stream. And it's just like, oh, it's so bad. So then it'll be nice when I move to New York and I don't have school anymore and I can just do this. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
You're gonna like it. Just that full
Dude,
time.
I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. It's gonna be great. I'm not gonna have to turn in any more papers about freaking like Picasso or like whatever because I'm an art major. Like it's gonna be swag.
Yeah.
But what are your guys' favorite games to like stream? Like over your entire or play for content, like I guess over the entire career of content creating, what are like your guys' like top 3 favorite games to have or currently, whatever, past or present, like play?
For me, it's obviously Overwatch. That's number
Right.
one, not only for the viewership, but also just because it's stimulating. It's go all the time.
Yeah.
And for some people like me, I want that stimulation. One thing about Valorant, and this isn't a knock towards Valorant, is that it can be slow at times, which that's the whole appeal of it.
Cancel.
It's I like Val, and I'm gonna try to get back into it. I also like Pokemon. That was surprisingly something that was very fun because like the few moments when Pokemon die, it's like it's heartbreaking. Chat's involved, it's heartbroken too. So it's very fun to come together for these like pixelated animals.
Right.
And I also really like Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing is one of my favorite video games of all time. I grew up playing it ever since the very first one.
I can tell you, I'm in the exact opposite. Like, I guess, well, not exact opposite, but I have had a craving to just play nothing but Valorant ever since. And I think it.
Let's
honestly,
go!
this is
Hey,
weird.
I'll play
It's
with you.
that.
I'll play
I
with
like
you.
I
that.
want to play
Dude, I'm
Valorant
telling
so
you, we
bad.
gotta, dude.
I've been away at LA for the past like week, and like tonight I can finally play video games now that I'm free.
Mhm.
Yesterday I had like people over and stuff, but yeah, like I want to play Valorant so bad. I want to
So
upgrade
what
my
I'm hearing
battle
is
pass.
we got a 4 stack right here.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hearing, and then
Yeah.
Tiff can carry
Tiff,
us
you
Yeah,
can
and
Tiff,
carry
boost
us.
us.
God.
Let's go.
Oh,
Tiff,
gosh.
provide us all the skins too,
Too
because I
much
got
pressure.
no skins.
Get on the Alta account. Yeah, because dude, Tiff, because I swear I pinky swear I'm better at Valorant than I am at Apex. I know we never actually got around to playing it, but I am way better at Valorant than I am at Apex.
I believe
Apex.
that.
Apex is another game that I've been getting into.
Bro, Apex is
for any of you
hard.
guys
I
know-
like can't.
Zilbrad, if you guys know who that is, he's like a full-time Apex YouTuber, and he's been kind of like showing me the ropes every now and then in Apex.
Oh, that's sick.
Very different feel from the other games, but I think it's hella fun. And yeah, I honestly don't play too many games besides those shooters. So I guess the third one will be Overwatch. But yeah, right now I just want to play nothing but Valorant right now.
Mhm.
Oh god, you guys are all gonna cringe. I think my favorite game to stream must have been Fortnite. Out of all the games
Yeah,
I've
really?
ever played.
Despite
Oh,
the
yeah.
carpal tunnel.
I thought you
Yes.
hated Fortnite.
No, it was a really, really fun game. Especially with my friend group at the time. I played with like a rotating set of people. It was like
Yeah.
probably like 8 of us. We all played together all the freaking time. So despite everything about Fortnite, you have to give the developers like so
Oh,
much
yeah.
props for
Oh, for sure.
how much dedication they put in. Like just 2 of the events I attended was like the Marshmallow concert. It was
Oh, yeah.
pretty freaking amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, they've done so many like collabs with insane things like Avengers.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Halo,
I know, like-
Marvel.
Yeah,
They're just like balls to the wall. Like they do like really good.
Their
yeah.
marketing. 'Cause I got a degree in marketing, so I love any kind of video game that has good marketing, and they are the
Mhm.
best
Yeah.
when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So there was like a lot of hype around the game, especially
Mhm.
since I played it at its peak.
Right.
It was a really enjoyable game to stream. Like the content was just nonstop all the time.
Yeah.
There was no like
Mhm.
slow pace or fast pace. It was just all the time.
I know that you kind of like, for the most part, only stream Val now. Was that basically the same
Yeah.
thing for Fortnite? Like a few years ago, you were just
Yeah,
Fortniting it up?
Just Fortnite.
So do you like kind of, because I know that like me, Fish, and Zach kind of stream like whatever the fuck, like whenever the fuck. Do you like kind of having a like niche game, like whether it be like Fortnite or Valorant, that you kind of just stick with for like a period of time before moving on? Or like, what do you like, why do you do that, I guess, for stream?
I think it's how much I enjoy the game and
Yeah.
how long I enjoy it for. Once I get burnt out in the game, obviously I'm gonna stream it less. So
Mhm.
if I'm enjoying game and it's at its peak, why not just stream the heck out of it?
Right. No, for sure. I get that. Hell yeah, dude. Also, someone in chat is asking if I'm reading chat. So I'm reading chat. Chat. You guys can ask questions.
Yeah.
I'm just riffing off the top of my head right now. So it's getting kind of difficult. I ran through my script and we got 15 minutes left. So get those questions in.
I know this is your panel, Ray, but I just wanted to ask for Salty and Tiff because they ventured out from their main game. I guess, like, is it better for a streamer to have a main game or to do variety? And the second question is, how do you get that audience to watch the other games? Like, so you had a lot of people watching your Nuzlocke, but you were obviously the Lucio Overwatch guy. And then Tiff, you played Fortnite, and you still play Fortnite, but now you're mainly Valorant. How does that whole thing work?
I don't play Fortnite anymore. Screw that
Oh,
game.
I saw you playing it like once, like last week.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah,
oh
it
my
was-
God, she's playing something that's not Valorant. That's fucking crazy.
It was a meme. It was just for a
Mhm.
troll day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's definitely hard.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
about
think you either need to like be consistent about it and kind of, I guess, force that to be a majority of your content for a little bit, but you could also just I guess you just have to if you want to become a variety streamer at the end of the day, you can't just consistently be doing one game, or else people are just gonna know you for that.
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to tell yourself, hey, I can't do this all the time, even if it's the most fun game. If you want to be a variety streamer at the end of the day, and you don't want to worry about like eventually maybe like Overwatch, I'm not going to have as fun with this game in the future. Maybe I can't be playing this all the time. I think you kind of have to like ease your audience into doing new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really have that much success as I want to in variety. Because like what I do is I stream Valorant, and then on days where I don't feel like streaming Valorant anymore, I'll stream another variety game at the end of my stream.
Yeah.
So it's like people who stayed for Valorant have the option to either leave and watch another day, or if people are interested in whatever game I'm playing, they'll stick around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll still see like a very drastic drop in viewer count, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to transition, that's just something like close your viewer count.
Yeah.
Just don't look at it. Like
Put your head down
enjoy
and
what
go
you're
forward.
doing. Yeah.
Okay.
So how was the transition like between Fortnite to Valorant? Was it fine because they're both kind of like shooter games, or was there like a tough like drop when you first transitioned?
Valorant actually did something called the beta key drop.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, it was
infamous
the
beta
first
key
time.
drop.
Oh, it's the first
Oh.
Twitch drop that happened on Twitch, and
Yeah.
that was insane. It boosted viewer count like insanely. There was a huge controversy about it. But that helped the viewer base for Valorant players when the game first came out. So that was like made it transitioning easier.
Yeah. So, people are saying code in chat right now. Exclamation mark drop.
It was bad.
Dude.
That's so funny.
It was bad.
I remember just like that whole ordeal. It's like, because anyone can stream Valorant and you can get a drop from that, but like people had like 20 tabs open and that did not help like you get a key. But there are people that watched the whole beta and didn't get a key. And
Yeah.
I remember there was a theory that like if you complained about not getting a key, that you got a key. Because that's what I did. I complained. It's like, how do I watch 30 hours and not get a key? 5 minutes later, after watching a depth stream, I got a key and I streamed Valorant. And yeah, it was bad. I
felt like
that time.
such a degenerate leaving my computer on with like all the lights on. Because as you can see, like my bed is right here. Like I had all the lights on. I made sure the volume was all the way up, and I just left that tab on. And then I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I was like, I have a key.
Did you get
for like 8 hours?
Did you get invited to the beta, or
I also this happened after I got the code, but I got invited after, which is crazy to think about. Like I got a code and then I got invited, and I was just like, okay,
yeah, because I was gonna say like I wanted to make content around Valorant, but I couldn't because I couldn't get the game, and so when it's like, well, this is my job.
Then why didn't you start freaking play? You don't even play it that much now.
Well,
I mean now you do because I asked you to, but like a month ago you didn't. I feel like
it's because I was never into CS:GO. I like a game like Apex because it's like Call of Duty. Recoil is not that big of a thing. I just want to shoot my gun and bullets go straight. That's just me. And you hear me complain about my bullets like painting a silhouette around the enemy.
Right.
Like it does not go straight. But yeah, so like that's the main reason why, is because I really wanted to like compare it to Overwatch at the time I made content. But Tiff, were you invited to the initial beta, or did you also have to watch for keys too?
I wasn't in there was something called like the closed alpha, which was like only selected people got to play it before the closed beta. Yeah.
I think that's what I'm referring to, yeah.
Yeah, I was on an org at the time, so they got me a key to the closed beta. Yeah, so I was kind of like technically invited.
Queen Tiff.
So I didn't have to wait for a drop. Thank God. I was gonna cry.
That's a big reason why people didn't like Valorant at first, because they felt jaded. But then,
for sure.
But then it came out, it's like, and then everyone loved it.
Yeah.
It sucked because like a lot of my friends that I wanted to play with, they were just like, "We're watching you. We're trying to get a key. I promise."
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was sad.
We got 7 minutes left on the clock. Is there anything that you guys want to say?
Quick plug YouTube. No.
If you guys don't follow these cool cats on their socials, it's on the screen. You guys can, Tiff A, Bro UX, Salty Fish. You guys should go follow them. They make great content.
And that's another good piece of advice. Make sure you have good branding, because like with me, Bro UX is on everything for YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Make it so that it's easy to find. Like if you can look them up, if you can look yourself up on Google, you got a good name. So
yeah. My friend, he just made a TikTok, or he rebranded himself to Just Aldo with like ALDO, but with 3 O's. And on TikTok, instead of the U, he put a V, and he says, well, a V looks like a U. And I'm just like, that's a horrible idea.
No,
that's so bad.
Yeah. So that's a good advice.
I remember
your branding.
When Aldo rebranded, I called him Blue and he rated me, and I got roasted so fucking hard for that. Like, actually, dude, holy crap. But yeah, go follow them all. They, you know, you can Google their names; it will pop up. Tiff, I don't know. Do you do YouTube as well, or you're just like mostly TikTok?
Trying.
Insta,
YouTube
and,
is
like,
a
yeah,
hard platform.
yeah.
I've
All right, but
definitely
you
been
guys, you can follow.
We're here to like, or at least I'm here to help if you want any questions answered. I can't make you blow up overnight, but I can answer anything that you want or anything. I'm sure
Yeah.
Salty has better advice too. I'm sure. Well, Salty, are you on like Google Trends and Google Analytics a lot of time, or do you just make a video and just hope for the best?
Well, I never use that. No.
Okay.
So it's just like, what is that?
I know.
No,
Some people.
I know what Google Trends is. It's just like you can type 2 keywords and then compare them. But what is that?
But like just like really looking at trends and finding keywords, like going into like the nitty gritty of
no,
making
I
a
should
video.
do that though.
Yeah, that's
I
what
should
I'm
do
thinking
that.
too. It's like because I know some people that
you're
do
making
that.
fish have ideas.
That's a
He's
good
like,
idea. Yeah.
you're gonna hire someone to do it for you. You're not even.
Mhm.
Look at him. He's thinking now. That's so funny. But yeah, if there's anything else besides plugging your guys' socials that you wanna say to the 70 people watching.
I don't really have much else to say other than just like thank you for bringing me on.
Dude, thank you guys for like doing this. I'm like, I am happy. Like, I know that we're friends, but I was still so nervous to ask you guys and be like, can you do this for me, please? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm glad that you guys agreed, because otherwise this would have been a shit show.
No, this was fun. This was like my first like panel interview type thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Actually, wait, that's so crazy. I find that very. Did you not do a panel at BlizzCon? Were you literally just okay.
Yeah, creators didn't really do any panels at BlizzCon. I was mainly just there to like live stream. I vlogged it so that I could promote like Overwatch 2 or whatnot. But yeah, it was mainly the like voice actors or artists that did panels or whatever.
Right,
but
that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
It's fun to give insight, you know, because it's just that's, you know, growing up I wanted insights, and if I could get any insight that I valued, then I want to try to give insight to anyone that also wants to make good content and make good streams and videos.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So, all right.
I feel like I need to fill these last 3 minutes, but I literally have like no questions left. So, what's your favorite color in ice cream?
Oh boy,
Mint chocolate chip, green.
If anyone says vanilla, I'm gonna leave this call.
And my second is vanilla.
I'll say strawberry, and my favorite color is yellow because that's also just branding for like I love yellow everything. I got a yellow headset, phone, water bottle, everything's yellow, or pink because real gamer girl here.
True. My favorite color is also pink, if that's not fucking obvious enough.
Pink's just a cute color, man.
Pink is a cute color.
It goes well. It's a happy color. It just looks good in general. I like, you know. So.
Green's always been my favorite color, and it was just kind of convenient now that it's associated with like when people think of salty fish, like one of the colors I think of is green.
Really?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because of your captions and stuff. Yeah.
See, I thought your favorite color would have been blue because of like fish, water, ocean, your shirt, everything. I don't think I see a single green thing in your room right now besides your lights or your window.
It did turn green for a second.
So, yeah.
My favorite color is blue. I don't know if you guys can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purplish blue.
Yeah, blue and purple. Two favorites.
We love to see it.
Is that IKEA furniture in the back?
Oh yeah.
What is the desk? Yeah. What's the desk for if you're on your desk right now?
My makeup for my vanity stuff. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite makeup brand?
My makeup desk.
Makeup brand. Oh, oof.
Do you like ColourPop? I got the
animal.
I like.
Zach is getting into it.
Yeah. Here, I got the Animal Crossing ColourPop.
The limited edition. I know what he's talking about.
So
yeah,
that's why I
asked,
because that's one of the only and Too Faced. I used to have a girlfriend that was really into makeup, and that was the birthday gifts that I would always give her.
Aww.
That's why I ask.
You know what's funny is I use Too Faced all the fucking. I love Too Faced, bro. Their stuff is so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, totally.
The chocolate.
Yeah, fish, right?
Yeah. Just shut up, Salty. You don't have to talk here if you don't want to talk about makeup.
That's so funny.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, I mean,
thank you for bringing
don't
us
know
on.
how to. Thank you. No, I'm dead. Thank you for coming. I'm serious. We can play Val like eventually if you guys want to. Like that could be fun.
I'm down.
I'll
Yeah.
be down
Can
too.
we play Valorant?
I might have to
I'd love
charge for the carry, but
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she's coaching us, guys. It's
$5
gonna
a
be
game.
Fish can front the money. He makes the most
Hey,
money out of all of
hey,
us. So
hey,
you can
hey,
you can pay. You can be
we
the
just don't know that. We just
yeah.
don't
No,
know that.
I know that. I know that. I know that.
He's got the biggest pockets, the deepest pockets. What's the best characters playing Valorant? That'll be the last question.
Jet.
What's the best?
Reyna.
What's the best?
Jen
Sniper.
Yoru.
Viper.
Viper. Actually, Viper. Viper is
I
the
like
best.
Viper.
I thought
Viper
Viper was
is-
the worst.
No, are you kidding
No,
me?
they
She's the
buffed
most
her.
OP.
She's strong now.
Yeah.
She is
Oh.
so good. If
Okay.
I could play Viper, I would, but she's scary and her ass is so thick and that intimidates me. So, like, you know,
Is Sage good?
Sage
yeah,
is
she's pretty decent.
Okay. Because that's who I play.
he's just a support. He's a little,
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
God, I was
like
about to say something that
she's
was
similar to
PG-13.
May. That's similar to May and Mercy.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
I made her. Because that's all
You
I
do
know
be
how
an
to do.
ice boy. Wait, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to be ending soon, right? Can someone in TG confirm? Like, I don't know what is happening. Like,
just
how
ditched
do I
us.
end this?
Yeah, they just left us to our own.
I don't know. This is the first time I've ever hosted for them, so I like don't know how this works. But anyways, like I said, I really appreciate it. This is the first time I hosted a panel. I hope I did okay. I feel like I was kind of all over the place, but thank you guys for making sports about it.
You did a fantastic job. You were a really
Yeah,
good
you did.
host.
Yeah, I felt very
Yes.
welcome.
I think it helps
questions
because
were
you
all
guys are-
equally distributed. Yeah.
We love to see it. I'm so hire me at
Yeah.
I don't know, someone to give me money. I will host for you.
A great host for live
See,
stream
they're not
panels and
saying
everything.
anything. No, what do I do? This is so candid. I don't know how to. I can't physically end the stream. I'm not the one streaming. I don't know how to.
do they normally do this in person or like these,
Yeah,
like,
so usually
panels?
this con, for those of you watching, like I think if I remember, I might be completely wrong because I was not there, but someone told me, Ray, do your sign-offs. What are my sign-offs? I have sign-offs? No one told, oh, bye guys. Oh, okay. Well, normally this is an in-person thing. And like last year, I think we had like Star Smitten come in and do
Yeah.
like a panel. And then like people like were stalking her afterwards. It was pretty bad. But like
Okay, that's
usually,
fair.
yeah, we have, and then there's like
Oh.
people like playing games and like doing arts and crafts and like a bunch of it's basically just like a con at school.
That's
and
really
we usually
cool.
get like a ton of people like showing up. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Apparently I was supposed to do a sign off. I didn't know that. Follow TG for more stuff. And if you guys want to see more of these lovely people, like I said earlier, go follow all of them. They all make tons of content all the time. And stay tuned for all TGEX stuff. This isn't the only like panel we have. We have a ton of other creative panels, worker panels. We're also doing a bunch of gaming related stuff. We got giveaways. Go follow the Instagram for the full like schedule and everything. Go into the Discord, do all that shiz. Thank you guys for watching. This was the Stinky Baby. Bye.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to